Hello and welcome to the Smoke Pit number 4. Today I'm kind of doing it by myself again, as usual. But yeah, about to put on some music so it's just not some ambient noise and shit. Don't have work tomorrow, so that's good. About to open some windows and do my usual thing of coughing on cigarettes and shit. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If not, I'm sorry. And if you guys hear it too loud, just let me know. So yeah. What you wanna call it? Yeah, tomorrow I don't work, so that's why I'm doing it kind of late. Everyone else probably does have work, so they're probably not even gonna watch it. But yeah, just listening to some music, another live stream by myself. Probably could talk about more depressing shit. So yeah, we got that going. And for the one person who's actually watching, don't be afraid to say hi. Fuck. Kind of tired. Woke up from a nap. Kind of got up a headache. So yeah, that's something. See if I could like reach any of my buddies. So won't be just by myself, just talking about some depression shit. That actually be good shit on here. A second. Yeah, I know it's just boring as hell. Still starting off a little rough on the edges. Hopefully I make it there. They're just kind of leisure time. So yeah. One second. Yeah, once again, sorry, just boring as hell. Like I said, I just woke up from a me nap. Don't got work tomorrow, so that's good. So yeah. Damn it, game. Why you got always gonna rain on my parade? Just shit on me, why don't you? Gabriel, just add me on Skype and you could be talking to me, dog. Yeah, right now no one's even on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be kind of depressing, but still, it's because I'm by myself. I was with other usuals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll talk about some different shit. I mean, usually I do have stuff to talk about, but kind of get a lot. I always get sidetracked. Like I'm talking about something, and next, something else pops up. I'm just like, oh, well, where the fuck did this come from? So yeah, yeah. Right now, it's probably everyone's asleep and shit. Anyway, so just a good video for people to watch throughout the day. Just talk more about my life, all the choices and bullshit like that. Until someone decides to come on. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, upgrade my laptop. Probably gonna start streaming like actual gameplay and shit one day when I get my PlayStation, a new one and shit. And also get some lights so you don't just see a blank face. So far, no one's answering and shit. Just waiting for anyone else to join in and shit. For those who are actually trying to watch me and all that. I think anyone is, anyways. Yeah, once again, welcome to the Smoke Pit. Boringest show in the world and shit like that. Mostly because I just woke up from a nap and knowing everyone else is probably asleep and shit. Gonna start smoking my cigs in a minute. Oh, fuck. God damn it. 2 nights ago, I just had someone break into my room claiming that this was their room. Messed up my room and shit. Dirtied a lot of shit. But yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I'll probably actually start doing some blogs and shit like that. Vlogs, video logs, and all that bullshit. So yeah, that's gonna be something else. Oh, man, I'm kind of tired. I had PT today and shit. Fuck myself over and shit. You know, I really need to stop smoking. But yeah. Yeah, but if you came here to listen to some interesting stuff, you might be on luck, you might not be on luck. I'm probably just gonna be the person to tell. That's all I know. So yeah. Enjoy the video while I get my cigarettes. I need to buy some more cigarettes. That's what I need to do. Hopefully I don't set my damn alarm. But yeah, fucking yeah, get some better equipment, some better lighting, and a better laptop for fucking doing this shit. So yeah, that's one thing. Just kind of listen to music, learn this shit vibe. Yeah, if you hear music outside, it's because everyone else in my shop also had a day off. So we're all just hanging out, listening to music, chilling, partying a little bit. So it might just be 40 minutes or something like that. I don't know. And Gabriel, if you're still watching, when other people join the call, you gotta let me know if they can hear me or you guys can hear me on the fucking, like you can hear the guys on the show and shit on the fucking call. Still looking for love and all that bullshit. I mean, yeah. I mean, my mic, I guess, is pretty good, but I just need a because my fucking the one I was using before kind of like deleted itself or some shit. I might have deleted it without knowing, but that's how you're able to hear the other guys talking and shit. So if not, I might just end the stream early to fix shit up, and I'll continue that shit tomorrow. You know, number four, part two, and shit. Got to download some fucking movie editor shit to edit the video, so it's just not me and my retarded ass, nasty ass face. But yeah. So hey Gabriel, just share this shit with the world. See if anyone wants to watch Lone Marine talk about bullshit. Shit, this would have been better if I was a fucking pothead and shit. So hilarious and shit. Just watching me just ramble on about some weird shit that makes no sense. But yeah. I'm probably gonna just start doing little podcast, not podcasts, fucking blogs in my car while I'm driving. Like one in the morning and shit because honestly that's like the best time for me because I have like a lot on my mind when I'm driving late night, especially when I'm coming back from home or going home. That's the thing about I really do love long drives. I mean, I do hate the fact that when you're driving so long, your legs feel weird and like you need a stretch and all that shit. But I just love the drive, just going down that empty highway, seeing like basically nothing. Sometimes just driving in complete silence. Sometimes, or whatever music you use to vibe to and relax yourself. That's kind of shit I do like though. So yeah, it's also on Twitch. I'm streaming this shit on Twitch also. I'm not sure if Twitch or YouTube is easier, whichever one's easier, I guess. But yeah, shit's been going for quite a while. I need a shave. Shave this morning, but wasn't really good of a shave. Okay, hairy faces. Down an entire can of Red Bull, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass out. I usually use Red Bull for when I'm driving long nights. I mean, I can't really ask Jesse, dog, because I'm using my phone to Twitch because my laptop's kind of a piece of shit. I don't know if you somehow have Jesse's number or his contacts, tell him either to watch me or ask him if it's easier on Twitch or YouTube. Because I know a lot of people stream more on fucking Twitch for gaming. People do YouTubes for like blogs and other podcast shit. So that's why I kind of know. It's podcasts here and there on fucking Twitch, but mostly they're always on YouTube. One day I want to become famous, whether it's YouTube famous or actual famous, to where I can actually buy a little studio and just keep doing podcasts. Mostly because I'm gonna do trying to be a film director, just make movies and shit. Trying to pretty sure like a lot of people who've seen this movie are gonna hate me when I say this, but I kind of want to do a modern version of The Breakfast Club because you watched that back then and it was like the problems they're having back then, but a lot of things have changed nowadays. So I mean, I know a lot of people say, well, that's what 13 Reasons Why or Riverdale is basically all about, but Breakfast Club is a little different. When I was in the 80s and 90s and shit, that shit was like fucking just like, what was it, like six teenagers stuck in detention. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I should probably get one of those pipes, those weird little fucking old fashioned pipes. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Just make my own tobacco and shit. You just the entire process of the video, just watching me just stuff the pipe with like a whole bunch of tobacco, just. But yeah, yeah. Just redo the Breakfast Club in the modern version. You know, not make it too cheesy and not too depressing. I mean, if you had right enough emotions, it will be depressing either way, but not too depressing where it's like, oh, don't watch this movie unless you want to be sad and shit. I want to like make that movie actually pretty good, like you can relate to it. I mean, you still do have those preppy girls and stuff that always care about makeup and shit, and you do have those like outcast girls that always just like hide away and shit. Still have those jocks and all that, but like modern version when like social media kind of took over and shit, but being locked in a room for a couple hours without their phones and shit, yeah. See how they interact with each other, make it more modern, make it more relatable. Because you could kind of relate to the people back then in the 80s and 90s, but not too much. Because, like I said before, shit changed. New things came out. New ideas, new problems. So yeah, that would be something cool. I've always been interested in films. I just love movies. I mean, of course, there's been movies I haven't seen that I heard are pretty good, but yeah, I just love just film in general. Just the amount of emotion they put into it, the amount of like, there's a difference between acting and becoming. Sure, I could act like a gangster in a film, just say dog and smoke and just be an asshole. But becoming a gangster, you really have to show like, hey, I know I'm more than you are, more than you. So back off and all that bullshit, thug shit. You know, if there's any thugs out there watching this, interpret it in a better way than I did. Because I grew up in the hood, but I never really learned that hood shit. But yeah, what you call it? Yeah, that's why I've always been interested in. Like, maybe I'll do acting here and there, but for the most part, I just want to make the movie, do a little acting in there for a minute, then continue on with the rest of the characters because I'm not much of a good actor. I don't know. I haven't really tried acting. I mean, I've been in a church play, and believe it or not, I was Jesus because I had really long hair. I mean, I'm talking about long. Like, if I was in the 60s and shit, you'd call me a fucking hippie and shit. If you see my hair back then, you'll probably think of me as gay or some shit because I have long hair or just some fucking transgender Mexican Jesus. Basically, yeah. I guess the performance I put on for my church play was a little too real. Like a lot of people were actually crying and shit. I was like, man, the Italian stallion. Remember that shit, Gabriel, during football and shit? Yeah. I don't know. Like when I was in high school and I had long hair, a lot of girls were into my hair. They'd always want to do that, like braid my shit and all that. I was like, I'm not sure. As soon as I cut it, no girls would talk to me. I was like, what's the lady Cody thing? Yeah, it's true. Like a lot of people, like I don't know. I've gotten like people saying, "Oh, I've always seen you talk to girls and stuff." But I was just a friendly guy. So yeah, I mean, sure, I had a girlfriend here and there in high school, but like I don't know. Most of the time, I'll just talk to people. Just fuck it, I'm a friendly guy. Haven't been in a fist fight since. elementary, sixth grade. Honestly, because I'm a little too scared to fight sometimes because I know I might get my ass kicked. But yeah, I want to make a movie, make a few movie, few movies and shit like that. Just a lot of good movies, a lot of good ideas. Like a movie that doesn't have a really good happy ending, it's just like something that's actually believable. The good guy doesn't really win. You know, the bad guy kind of wins in the end. Shit like that. Something that like makes you really think like, fuck, that's crazy. That's the kind of movies I want to make. I want to make movies that just pisses off people because of how real it is. You don't really see that nowadays. You just see like either too much action, too much romance that you can't really relate to. I want to make movies you can relate to. You know, the guy doesn't get the girl in the end. The bad guy wins. Kind of shit like that. Because I love movies. When I see movies kind of like that, I was like, man, it wasn't your just average. Oh, the bad guy got defeated and the world's all happy now and shit. I want like actual like fucking realism. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go to a film festival in October and shit, which is gonna be pretty cool. Hang out with whatever directors are there, whatever actors are there. Hopefully, get some tips and shit from directors. That's if I don't start writing like a little bit of a script or a screenplay or some shit. Show it to a director, see if he likes it or not. Because if he does, and he gives me a fucking contract, that's fucking awesome. Man, I'm sad. I'm probably gonna be that weird, like fucking sociopath when I read the script, just highlight shit and still being professional. I'm just like psychotic and shit, like, oh, it says here, I'm only gonna get 5% of my movie that I wrote for you guys. I mean, keep in mind it was for you guys, but it's my movie still. And I know what you're thinking. Why give this kid that we don't know a lot more? Well, because I thought of that idea. I'm pretty sure you guys have too, but you weren't really gonna act on it. So you give me more, and if shit goes downhill, you can blame it on me. But if you take every single thing away from me, change things without my permission, believe there will be hell to pay. You will see evil personified if you screw me over. Some weird psychopath shit like that. It's kind of what I would do. But yeah, so shit like that. That's kind of like I do really want to be a director because I can't work with camera for shit. But just telling people I want it like this. I want this person to say this in this way. I want people to put their feelings into it, relate to that story, to that character, become that character instead of just pretending to be that person, pretending to be in that setting. I want people to become that movie. And a lot of directors kind of do that shit, but a lot of them are like, oh, well, he did it too rough. He's always just yelling at us and shit like that. It's like, I mean, when you're making a movie, you can't really just, let people just pretend to be that person. You have to make them to that person. Like when I heard Heath Ledger was fucking cooking himself out the room, I keep hearing it's like a myth or some shit, but I don't know, fucking yeah, just having them be like that and all that shit. That's pretty crazy, you know. That's something I would do if I became an actor. Just fucking make myself insane for a certain role, destroy my body in ways to make fit that certain role. Like if I have to be fucking skinny as hell, do that Christian Bale shit, and just fucking starve myself. Fucking just eat banana, drink water, eat a lot of salt, and just fucking sit in the sauna room just to make myself thin as hell. That's some shit I would do. Pretty sure I might die in the process though. So really devote myself to that role. That's what I'll do if I became an actor. But yeah, so that's what I basically want to do. Also, being a good author, I want to make some really crazy ass stories. Like when I was writing this one story, it was pretty crazy. Like the way I introduced it was pretty crazy, and the way I said the ending was gonna be made people trip out. Thing is, every time I write, I feel like I fuck up somewhere, and that's where I get my writer's block from. And it's like I'm always stuck on certain parts. Like, oh, I could have run this better, or wrote myself in the hole. How did you get here in the first place? You just keep writing and writing. It's like you don't really pay attention to write about until you stop for a minute and read it. That's what fucks me up a lot. So yeah, that's what I kind of want to do. Just fucking. Basically, the ending was you kind of have to just hear the beginning before you hear the end. So there's this guy going to school and he's kind of been through a rough patch, but he's a really good student. And he meets this one girl who's a new girl to the town, and he's like, showing around, getting to know her and shit. But he always knows that she's writing, like she's just either writing or drawing in this book, and he just kind of ignores it. But eventually they kind of fall in love with each other. But at the same time as they're falling in love, he's getting these crazy ass nightmares and shit's like shit's fucking him up. And fucking as the shit keeps getting worse and worse, he's just like losing his mind and shit, just not wondering why all of a sudden this shit's happening. Where the hell is this coming from? And one day he just like looks into her book and finds out that she's been writing all the shit that's been going on in his mind this whole time, basically being the reason why he's losing his mind, and like basically like just fucking isolates himself. But the nightmare still kind of happens, so he's just like, you know what? In order for this to stop, I have to talk to her. And they meet up at this one bench that they always used to hang out, even on dates and shit. They always came back there because that's where they made it official that they were together. Take her there one last time to talk to her, and then when he does, at this point, like he hallucinates, like he doesn't know what's real or not. So like he doesn't even know if it's a dream or not that this is happening. Because a lot of the nightmares take place in that area, the bench that they made it official. And whatchamacallit, now this is what I think is word for word what I wrote. It's in one of my books back at home. I forgot, but he said this. You know, these are like the last few lines in my book. He said, "As she lays in my arms, her warmth in the cold palms, in my cold palms, I finally feel at ease. The nightmares and the hell I've seen disappear. Pull her close, and our lips meet once again. And my spirit is finally free of all its torments. As we finish touching lips, I pull away and I see her beautiful gaze widen, her hair glistening in the streetlight, and the warm blood flowing from my hands as I pull a knife from her chest. Her breath gets short as she struggles to speak, and I very faintly whisper, "Thank you, and I love you." As her eyes close for one last time, give her a kiss on the forehead, and I wish her the best. As I sit there alone with my lover's body going cold in my lap, I put the same blade to my throat and slice from end to end. My breath goes shorter and I get tired and everything goes kind of dark. As I start slipping away, I say very quietly, maybe in the morning things will be different. Maybe things will be better. I can't wait to tell her this crazy nightmare that I had. And then it ends like that. And what I love is when I told people about that, like the whole premise of the story, they're like, well, did he really do it or not? And I'm like, well, that's for you to decide. Because I want people just to be mad because it's not for sure ending. Like, you don't know if he really did kill or not. That's kind of like, because you knew he was hallucinating and he was seeing all that shit before he met her. Well, while they're together and before he met her that night. And when you like hear that part of the story, it's like, did he really kill her? I'm like, what do you think? Was he just hallucinating? Or was that just a dream? Or did he really do it? And that's what I want. And that's what I like. When I told people that, they were just mad. Like, well, you wrote the story. You gotta tell me what happened. I was like, well, that's gonna ruin the story. You're like, oh, well, he for sure killed him. You're gonna ruin the story. So that's why I'm like, that's kind of stories I want to make. Like, I could see that actually as a movie, and it'd be pretty crazy because you're not for sure if what you just saw is true, or what you just heard is true, or read is true. And that's what I want people to see. That's what I want people to like feel in their stomach. Like, that's crazy. Because there's been points in people's lives where like they go through some things and they like go to and like they start like taking medication or they start doing drugs and they start hallucinating. They don't know it's real or not. Did he really kill her? That's like I said. That's for you to decide. You know, do you really want to? Do you really want me to spoil it and give you a for sure answer? Because in all honesty, it's my opinion on what really happened. All right, what do you think happened? Do you really think he killed her? Do you really think he killed her? Okay, well, I can't say it. I mean, like if I say it, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, well, now that I know it for sure, ending, why do I have to read it?" Huh, did he really kill her? I mean, like I said, whenever if I ever do finish the story and you do happen to read it, that's what you think. You see him losing his mind, you see him going through these different things, and you wonder if he really did it because when you hallucinate and you go through like so much traumatic things, you kind of don't know what's real or not. One day something happens, next day it's like nothing ever happened. You're just wondering like what's going on. So it's whatever you decide, whatever you think could have happened. So if you think she killed him or he killed her, uh, then you think that, and that could be your ending. But for me, it's a mystery, and a lot of people say having a mystery without a resolution sucks because you want to find out the truth, you want to know the actual story, and it's like if you do just like spoil the mystery, it's like, well, that sucks. You kind of like one like Inception. That pissed off a lot of people because they didn't know what happened. They're like, oh well, the top, you know, tipped over. The top was like starting to like stop spinning for a second. It's like, was that real or was that not? Like even the directors were like, it's whatever you guys think. Did he really go to that place, or was that real or not? It's whatever you guys think. And that's why I'm making my story the way I am, because it's gonna piss off a lot of people. It's gonna be the next Inception with relationships. Instead of him entering dreams and shit, his dreams are gonna be nightmares and shit and all that. He's gonna be losing his mind. He's not gonna know what's real or not. So yeah, it's whatever you believe. That's your ending. You could say he killed her. You could say it was all a dream. Exactly the point. That's why I'm probably gonna leave it at that. I don't want to say, oh, he did kill her, or no, it was all a dream, because next you're like, oh well, now I'm satisfied. Now that I know that it was just hallucination, he didn't really commit that murder and suicide. Or if I do say he did kill her, it's like, oh well, that's fucked up. He killed her and killed himself. Why would he do that? And that's why I want people to just be like, did he really do it? I mean, you heard in his story he was hallucinating before that, and then it's like, well, did he do it? Did he not? Maybe he hallucinated her being there, but actually just killed himself. You never know. It's that ambiguous ending where it just like leaves people captivated, just like, fuck, I need to know what happened. And that's what my story's gonna be. Because I read a story a while back when I was in Mississippi. Basically, like this whole entire like this book was basically about this girl who was like in love with this one guy, and like she's been getting this call from like some random number, and he's like saying something weird or some shit, and it's like like you think this guy's probably a stalker and all that, until you find out in the end that she never existed. That the guy who thought all that up. It's whatever you decide to believe, man. It's your own ending. But yeah, the entire story is like, oh well, what the hell's going on? Why are his parents acting like that? Yeah, there's probably a conspiracy with it. The Illuminati. Probably Walt Disney will pop in there or some shit. But yeah, the story ends pretty crazy because the entire time, by the time you hit the ending, it's like, wow, because you find out that she never existed, and that was all in his head, and he just like killed himself in the locker room, and like in a high school that was closed down and shit. And it's like, what? Throughout, throughout this entire story, we're in his imagination of what the girl is thinking, what the girl's gone through, and all that. And that's what I like about that story. Because when I found out the ending, I was like, no fucking way. That's pretty crazy. But if it left it ambiguous, I will be even more mad, but even more impressed. And that's what I'm gonna do with my story. Just leave it ambiguous. Leave it open for a debate. You know, just like, oh shit, did he really do it or did he not? What happened? Was he drugged? Was he not? Was she even real? That's not the whole kind of thing. I want that to be like, I want people to fucking like have it so bad that if it becomes a movie, it'll be like cringy, fucking not cosplay, fucking not fucking not storyboards. Fucking what was it? Fuck, I can't remember what it was even called, but like it'll be all over fucking Tumblr and shit with like not Fanimation, fucking fan art. Yeah, I want to see like just see a whole bunch of garbage fan art about it and shit. Like, oh, he couldn't have killed her. He loved her too much. He never yelled at her or some shit like that. Like, I want people to be like all that shit. I want people to just watch my shit. I'm not well, watch this too, but I want people to read my shit. And I want to get like a flood of hate emails saying, well, what really happened? I want that shit to be on YouTube on the like fucking all these conspiracy theory videos and like other shit like that. That's what I want. I want to just see my, video on like the film theorist or fucking wisecracker, some shit like that. It's like, oh, that was my thing. I'll come and say, hey, that's my book. It's whatever you guys believe. put all this weird like psychological and theoretical shit into my stories and like have people like, oh well, that shit fucking changed my view on things. I'm probably gonna one day if I do become a famous director, I'm probably gonna do a better story than 13 Reasons Why. Cause I'll admit I liked the first season. Kind of ended off a little ambiguous, but like if it just left it out there, it would have been okay with me. But yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of hate from season two because I guess it like glorified suicide and all that shit. Well, even with season one, apparently a lot of people didn't like it because it glorified suicide, and I want to make it better because the way they depicted Hannah, I don't know, it was weird. Like people get depressed for different reasons. I've been depressed before too. I've thought about doing that same shit, but call it? I don't know. I mean, she had friends. Shit went down. That's kind of life. And I want to make a better movie or show than 13 Reasons Why. So yeah, that's something I kind of want to do. But yeah, if I can do a rendition of fucking Breakfast Club, make a better story than 13 Reasons Why, fucking like shit people could relate to. Make a love story where like it's not true love in the end, it's just reality. The guy doesn't get the girl in the end, he never gets her back. They become strangers, like actual shit that happens in everyday life. Because nowadays you're just seeing all these action movies. You can't really relate to an action movie. We're never gonna be that one hero that like happens to stumble across something great and change the world. It's like everyday life. Whatever ideas you have, it doesn't really work. So yeah, that's what I kind of want to do. Fucking yeah. If I do make a love story, it's gonna be pretty depressing. It's gonna be like the one movie I watched a while back, and I watched it recently after I fucking got dumped, which really fucking depressed me, on both occasions. It was called "Before We Go," and it's like a pretty fucking tragic love story. You know, and I'm pretty sure like Chris Evans, except I'm not attractive, and I'm not a musician. I'm not good at music. I need to get a fan, but yeah, probably gonna download some shit to fucking whatchamacallit. Not necessarily like Twilight. No, I mean Twilight was okay. It wasn't my favorite movie, but yeah, without the gay vampires, I'll make it a pretty good, decent, like relatable love story. Guy falls in love with a girl. They love each other for a while. Shit goes down. Kind of based like me. I'm fucking gonna make my movie about me, except more depressing and more relatable. Fucking the girl leaves him. Fucking all that shit. You watch like, man, it's fucking sad. I thought this was a love story. I thought this was a romance, but no. In the ending, the guy doesn't get the girl back. She moves on, and he's still stuck on her. Next thing you know, it's just like, man. And you're gonna, pretty sure people are like, man, I hate that girl because he's really pouring out his heart. They've loved each other for a long time. And shit like this, it's relatable because a lot of people lost loves that have been together for a long time. And shit happens. That's kind of what, yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. Because then you're like, man, I was really sad. And like people like couples that go there like, oh, that's not gonna be us, right? And like the boyfriend's like, no. But in the back of his mind, he's like, I hope not. I will be fucking devastated. Now he's like, oh, hopefully, yeah. I want to find someone better. Asshole guys kind of like that. I don't know. I was never much of an asshole. I mean, jokingly, yeah, but like not like, oh, cheating on you and shit like that. Talking to other girls like that, nah. But yeah. Like I don't even think I've ever even broken up with a girl before. Like girls break up with me. And next thing you know, it's like, man, I'm really hurt. I don't know if I'm gonna move on. Next thing you know, I just see they already moved on. I'm just pissed off. I'm like, fuck it. I mean, he's really placeable. Yeah. Just buddy of mine I was talking to like 2 days ago just told me that one of like my ex that I was like that I'm really in love with is actually might be pregnant and shit. I'm like, fuck. I mean, I was trying to do the same thing, but I think I might be sterile. I'll go get that checked out, see if I am sterile. If I am, fuck it, I'll do adoption. But if not, probably just gonna go sperm bank and shit. Have like fucking 100 kids and shit, like delivery man and shit. Like, oh, this is your son, this is your daughter. Oh, here are the rest of your sons. And I was like, oh shit, because at least if I pass away, like, oh, my dad was this person. He's a famous director and all that, but he never knew about me. It's like, yeah, kind of like, I did as donation and shit. I didn't expect my kid to come find me, and it's like really crazy when you hear stories like that. Because the dad will either be a good person or not much like an asshole. Kind of like my dad, an asshole. You know, tried calling him for Father's Day. He didn't answer his phone and shit. Either because he was high or he just got a new phone and shit. But yeah. It's kind of weird hearing about Father's Day and not really actually being able to talk to your dad whether you passed away or you left you or some shit. Because you're just like, man, it's like another worthless holiday. For people who haven't been in the military, it's like, well, why do I even celebrate this holiday if I'm not even in the military? It's kind of like holidays for me. Except, I have a stepdad. For one, me and him didn't see eye to eye. Mostly because I was still stuck with my actual dad. Finally had my little sister bring me out of that shit. Last time I seen him and talked to him is when shit went downhill for me. Fucking went to a funeral, went to see him, and then next thing I wake up is my girlfriend breaking up with me and shit. I was like, fuck. I'm not sure if my dad is a fucking bad luck charm or some shit, but ever since talking to him, shit went downhill for me. Kind of wish I never talked to him that day. Maybe we'll still be together. Maybe I'll be even having a kid with her. But yeah, shit happens. She moved on. She's better. I'm still here, worse. Getting worse by the day. So yeah, that's going on for me. But yeah, that shit happened. It is 11:23. Where is my name's at? Oh shit, it's mid rats. Alright, Gabriel, if you're still there, I'm gonna see if Herc wants to get on. And you gotta let me know if you hear him or not. Otherwise, I might just fuck with my setting for a minute. Can you hear the music, Gabriel? At least, like, let me know if you hear the music or not. Let me get a massage. Yeah, I don't gotta work tomorrow, so that's good for me. Probably gonna go sleep late. I also volunteer for Comic Con, so that's going for me. Going to a fucking film festival and shit. Fuck, I can't even say words right. I'm retarded. Film festival. Keep saying film festival. Shit. People think I'm retarded or have a speech impediment. Probably do. Because I murmur a lot. Like, I fucking ramble, and it's like you can't even understand me sometimes. Like, oh, what the fuck did he just say? You like try to slow down and see what I says. Like, oh, that's what he said. But yeah. Kind of want that, old school love. I've talked about this before, but I love that old school love. Just like meeting that person face to face before all these apps and social media. And like I said before, again, fucking people who've done that before me over like online and shit and still in love today. It's good for them. But yeah. But yeah, fucking whatchamacallit. Yeah, I do love that old school kind of love. Me and that person face to face, having a relationship, that friendship for a long time. And then I actually do fall in love with them. Hello? Nothing much, just streaming, the smoke pit. Yeah. Gabriel's on the chat. Let's see if you can hear it. If you weren't watching stream before, I was just fucking just rambling on. Yeah. Yeah, fucking what was I say? Yeah, right? Like female. Yeah. Yeah. Gabriel says he carries both, so that's good. But I was just talking about like I'm kind of into that old school love, which is like actually meeting that person face to face before all the apps and shit. Yeah. If you could watch if you have it on YouTube, just watch it on YouTube and just like talk to Gabe on the phone. Yeah. That better, man. Yeah, but like I was saying before, fucking yeah. Whatchamacallit, my bad. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the streaming shit with an actual mic. Yeah, but if you put it on YouTube, you could probably like chat with Gabriel in the comments. But yeah, fucking. I was just talking about that old school love of like meeting that person face to face before the app and shit. Like that, basically like high school love. You like see that person and you talk to them for a while, you get the numbers, talk to them even more, and actually becoming friends with them for a long time, and then fall in love. I mean, people who fall in love over the phone or online or whatever, and are still in love to this day. That's good for them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing fall in love, over the fucking over online and shit. But I'm kind of old school. Yeah, because if you fall in love, you know, because when you meet that person before, you get all these, meet them online and shit. Because when you meet someone online, you see the bio and shit, like, oh, they're interested in this and this and this. I don't like that person already, but you never know that person could actually be the one. And it's like, well, if you, yeah, it's fine, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. You're basically trying to say is, the whole internet love is, its own way of it being its own love rather than old school love. Because, there's still people who do that old school love, but, there's like a lot more people doing the online love nowadays. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I think I mentioned that before, like last time, like, a lot of people fall in love online and, that's them, and a lot of people today who do fall in love, are still in love. And like, well, that's good. You know, I never really had that chance to fall in love with someone over the online and shit, and like still being in love with them and shit. Because when you see the bios, you always have those doubts. As when you have those doubts, it's like, well, if you have those doubts and shit, it's like, well, how can I fall in love with this person? If these people like the Raiders, or this person loves this, I don't love that. We're obviously gonna be arguing about that. I'm not really interested in this person, but that's the thing about love. You have to love someone who's different from you. Because when you love someone who's like basically like you in a different form, there's not much you could really do. You can't really change you for them. Like, oh well, she loves the Raiders and I obviously love the Rams. How is that gonna work? But that's the thing. That's what love is, competition in a way. Yeah, yeah,
don't quote me on this, but then I'm just paraphrasing it. Basically, he said the one, the true, your true love for the one who's really meant for you. If you're next to them, you won't feel you won't feel like excited. You're next to them, you'll feel calm. However, if you're next to someone that you think that you believe like, oh, they might be the one, like you're really excited and attracted to that person. It could be physically or something. It could be anything. You kind of like you'll have the heart, butterflies in your stomach. You
Yeah.
feel nervous. What he's trying to get at is that the person that you want to be with in your life is a person you feel calm with, and that you can spend your life like that, like a nice, calm, peaceful, a good relationship, rather than something spontaneous, like out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and like it just comes out of nowhere and it burns out quickly. He's
Yeah.
trying to get it like that.
Yeah.
So that's my interpretation of how love should be. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think too. Like I've tried to fall in love over the app, but it's like kind of not the same. Because I've always been used to like actually meeting the person and like knowing them first before falling in love with them like in person, see how they really are in person.
I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I kind of think. So what should I call it? But yeah, like I was saying, people who do fall in love over the phone and stuff. It's like they still end up together to this day and stuff, and that's good. That's how they are. Yo, my bad.
It's all good, Lorenzo. Oh, you sound much better now.
Yeah, because it's actually on my laptop. I don't know what happened. Like,
It's all good.
yeah,
Oh, but whatchamacallit, though? I don't know, like, as I was getting it before the call dropped, honestly, I think I'm just gonna stay a lonely fish all my life. I don't know, man. Just like, because the way I see it, like, love is cool and all, but, like, I don't know, like, I don't think it's for me.
yeah,
That's how I just feel, because, like, I mean, it's nice. It is nice to, how, like, I see other people, like, their relationships, it's like, it looks good, but I feel like I can't offer the same thing as someone would to another partner. Like
yeah,
obviously I'm not gay or anything, but then like like I don't feel like I'm enough or I can't do enough. And people will tell me like, oh no no don't have the mindset, don't worry about that. But that's me. Like I just feel like I won't do a good job, and I don't know. And they're always saying that you'll find a special someone. Maybe I won't. I'm not gonna be searching or anything. I'm just gonna live my life.
yeah. That's the thing about love. Usually, if you don't really try to find that love and you just happen to stumble across it, it's the best thing.
True,
You know,
true.
because if you're like actually searching for love, like, hey, you meet this girl because you're trying to meet a girl and you're trying to kind of like force the way into that love, it's not the same as like actually like falling in love randomly.
Yeah, that's true. And then there's like the random type of love when you really love that person out of nowhere. It kind of hits you harder because you're not expecting it. It's like the knockout punch. You don't see it coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then I don't know, cause like I see it like no offense to like anyone else, but the way I see it, like other guys, even girls sometimes, is like they're actively looking for a relationship, either for let's say like bodily pleasures or just like cuffing seasons that are like just to be together, just to have someone like by your side.
yeah,
For some reason, like for me, for instance, I just don't feel it. I just don't feel like I need it.
yeah.
I don't know if it's like a bite. I don't know if I'm fucked in the head or something. I don't know. It could be anything like that. But
No,
then,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just like I don't feel it. I don't feel attracted to stuff. Maybe I'll die a virgin. Maybe I won't. You never know. We never know. But this is how it is. I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" She says, like obviously you shouldn't find someone now because you're in school. You're still in school, but maybe afterwards you can find a partner. I want grandchildren. I said you can, and I told her you have 3 other kids. Calm down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, man. It just ain't me. It
Yeah.
just ain't me. Maybe later along the lines, but as of right now, I'm pretty set on just staying single. Maybe for the rest of my life, becoming like a warlock or something. Dude, my magic powers grow stronger the longer I keep my V card.
True.
Fuck yeah.
You know, you would be like the one kid with the power of God and anime on your side and shit.
I'll actually have the power of God and anime. If I make it to 90 as a virgin, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll literally rule this earth. Mark my words, Lorenzo. I'll rule this fucking earth.
Yeah.
World peace will be in the palm of my hands. I promise.
Yeah.
I can pull it off.
Pretty sure I'm gonna be like your arch rival and shit, just getting like poon everywhere and shit, and like,
Oh shit.
like I could just imagine it. I imagine like on the mountaintop, you like call me out like, you were supposed to be the chosen one and shit, like fucking Star Wars and shit.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, my power is unlimited just because of all the poon I've slayed in my life. It's like I have practiced purity. And I'm like, I have practiced fucking eternal wrath and shit. It's like fucking all that weird anime shit. Yeah, I can see that shit. That'd be hilarious. That'd be like a funny little fucking fake anime and shit. Like one day I want to make like movies or shows to the point like it has like its own like cancerous fan base.
Oh, that'd be kind of funny. Like a shit posting movie.
Yeah.
That would actually be really nice.
Yeah. I'll laugh one day too if we ever become famous and shit. And we just do a podcast. And you know how we always like say we love Ustan and Alex.
Of course.
And like they're just probably they're always gonna like ship one of us guys with them and shit.
Oh my god. Like whatchamacallit, like I don't know, like that's why I like being a guy, because like you can act fucking gay and it's just funny.
Yeah.
Like the other day, me and Samuel, like Samuel still works at Papa Murphy's with me.
Yeah.
And basically like in front of other coworkers. Oh my god. Like we were just fucking around, and then like at one point I just said, "The fuck you looking at?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you fucking heard me. What the fuck you looking at me?" And I just went, "Back the fuck up, or I kiss you." And then like my other coworker, she just looked at us like she was like, "What the fuck did he just say?" And me and Samuel were just trying to hold it in. We're trying not to laugh. We're trying to be so serious. We wanted to die so hard, and then the moment she like, cause like this was in the refrigerator. Like the walk-in or like the refrigerator.
Yeah.
The moment she walked out, we fucking cried. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. I just love being a guy. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the fucking around factor that I really enjoy.
Yes.
No one's oversensitive.
Yeah, Marines are kind of the same way. We be just doing work, and like, hey, no homo, dog, but you're real fucking cute. If I was drunk, I'd probably sleep with you. No homo.
Oh, shit.
It's like, hey, you got your boob buns on? He's like, yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're not gay. Just make sure you say no homo sometimes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen that one meme I sent in the chat?
Which
it's
one?
All, yeah, it's a text, because like I believe on Messenger or like messages for iPhones, basically when you type in hashtag like 2 bombs or hashtag 2 dads, it shows up as a rainbow, right?
Yeah.
Signifying, gay pride.
Yeah.
But there's some dude, he typed in hashtag 2 homies kissing, kissing each other good night, and it didn't turn rainbow, and at the bottom it says, "See, dude, ain't gay." I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, dude.
Oh my god.
Right? Holy shit.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? I seen a meme my boy posted on Facebook, and I think it's true. Because you know they're gonna do the Space Force?
The Space Wars?
The Space Force, like the Air Force.
Oh, I heard about that.
But
Can you join me, Lorenzo?
Well, I seen a tweet that was, the fake tweets by Donald Trump. It said the Space Force will be primarily the Air Force, no Marines, because as soon as Marines make first contact with alien intelligence, they're gonna try to find a way to fuck it. I'm like, hey, you're not wrong, Mr. Trump. We're definitely gonna try to fuck some aliens. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. It's gonna be like fucking Mass Effect for us Marines.
Oh my god.
Like, hey, you may not be attractive, but I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, wherever your ass is. Because imagine meeting that Marine who has sex with an alien. You're a fucking legend. It's like regular pussy is not too good. He's like isn't good enough for you no more. You have to go to alien pussy and shit.
Oh my gosh. Man. Fuck the whatchamacallit. Fuck alien pussy. Where's my deep sea pussy at?
True. Where's my universal pussy? Why can't I fuck Earth Chan?
Ooh. Earth Chan. My god.
You know, just make out with Jupiter Senpai and shit.
Let's see. But yeah.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. So how are things over there, Lorenzo?
They're pretty good. It's all right. San Diego gets hot. Then it's like pretty cold at night sometimes.
Not bad. Not as bad as Fresno, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Fresno, oh my god, like it sounded like this today wasn't that hot, but it wasn't a normal hot. It was a yucky, like
humid,
semi-hot.
like humid.
Gross. Humid. Someone, I want to say humid. Humid is like disgusting feeling. It was kind of a yucky feeling. That's all I can describe it as. But I mean, like Fresno's Fresno. It'll always be home. To be honest. All right, later, Gabriel.
All right, see you again.
Night.
Hey, good night, homie. Good night, kiss. No homo. But yeah.
How long do you plan to continue the stream?
Well, by the time you get off, I'm probably gonna end it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. I wish more people came in, honestly.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow because I haven't streamed in a while.
That's true. It's been like a week or so.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I hope I can make it. If I can't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it Friday night. So if you guys decide to hang out that night, just chill at one of you guys' houses.
That's true.
Just throw it on.
Just get together and just talk.
Yeah, just fucking scream like the monkeys were and shit.
Oh my god. But yeah, whatchamacallit? Oh fuck, what time is it? Alright, I got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want to discuss, Lance?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't work tomorrow, so I'm kind of doing the stream like this kind of late. But yeah, well, I mean, we kind of hit the topic of like online or in-person love, the Space Force and shit. Remember we were talking about XXX Tentacion?
Honestly, like, to be honest, I was a fan.
I was too.
I am a fan too. Music's fucking good.
Yeah.
Like these allegations about him beating the girl.
Yeah.
Apparently there's so much controversy around it. Like people they bringing up facts like saying like, oh, he didn't beat her, she wasn't even pregnant, things like that. And then I'm like, what the fuck? So for me, like, I'm pretty sad that he died because I did enjoy his music, and then he was changing as a person.
Yeah.
Because like he had all this beef and shit with a bunch of everyone else, but like when you see all these other rappers like just come out of nowhere and just talk about how he was changing and how like he was growing as a person.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, fuck. I was really sad. I was honestly really sad.
Yeah.
Because like whenever someone like dies, like a really famous person or one person, I never really felt a connection. I'm not trying to like not trying to how to say this and like make light of like what he has done in the past, but how he's growing up to become a better person, maybe even a better like artist. It kind of hurt because like I enjoyed his music, and then when he was coming up, he died. He got shot, killed.
Yeah.
Just hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Lorenzo?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm on the same page with you. Like all these like abuse allegations, like a lot of other good rappers have gone through the same thing, and it's like people are pretending like, oh, it's the first time they've heard something like this.
Yeah, like you see, like the example, like someone's like, see, we shouldn't. They're like, whatchamacallit? Why are we paying attention to a person who abused a pregnant woman, huh? And then like he beat her, and then the comment on the bottom literally said, "You're still listening to Chris Brown."
That's true.
Yeah, Chris Brown beat the shit out of what, Rihanna?
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Fucking uppercut her. God
Fucking
bless.
fucking did a combo on her Street Fighter shit. But yeah, it's
Oh,
like
Lawrence, I got a question. So your military, does it have a specific martial arts again? I forgot to ask you that.
yeah, we have a McMap Marine Corps
There you
martial
go.
arts program. Yeah.
There you go. What does it contain exactly? I mean, I've been meaning to ask you that because like you did tell me the basics, but then what is it like emphasizing on exactly? Is there anything like striking or grappling or like a mixture?
Beginner is just like basic, like really basic, but I believe it's like takes part from martial art, mixed martial arts and stuff like that, like various different types of martial arts.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you have to learn more illegal stuff because I mean you gotta survive, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure like have you learned any new techniques or like are you trying to pursue like more like of a belt, like a degree
Yeah.
in it, or are you trying to like get the basics done? That's it.
Well, I've already got the basics done. It's just I need I'm probably gonna go up a belt or two before I leave the Marine Corps.
Pretty good. So
Yeah.
now we have some training under your belt.
Yeah.
That's good. Because like for me, like I'll be honest, like okay, so this is kind of moving away from that, but more towards like we'll say combat sports, or like martial arts and self defense in general.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I love wrestling. I do love wrestling, like actual real wrestling and catch wrestling specifically.
Yeah.
But I dislike BJJ. No. I want to say dislike, but in like I don't have much of an interest towards it. Like you know what I'm talking about, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Yeah.
all about submissions.
Yeah.
Essentially, I like striking arts like Muay Thai, boxing, kickboxing, savate, things of that sort. The reason why is because striking arts, it's more. I'll say this. Okay, look, wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is more natural because humans, if you put against like two people against each other, of like they don't know how to fight at all, they're gonna throw the punches hella whack, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not just that. Majority of the time, it goes into a grappling situation, and they're gonna wrestle each other because the fights usually end on the ground when they don't know how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And in that situation, it's majority of the time the person who actually knows how to grapple, or it's the bigger person of his equal skill.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Striking, it takes so much more. It takes a lot more effort, in my opinion, because when you're under like when you're in the middle of a fight, like Mike Tyson, he said everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
When you get hit, okay, so when you get into a fight for the first time, say for instance you train so many years, hitting like doing flawless shit, right? Doing all like the flawless techniques on the pad. You're throwing all these good techniques, all these combos. Your shots are solid. If they hit someone, it hurts. It's gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
When you go into your first sparring session against someone who knows how to actually fight, the moment you get hit, okay, so I'm talking about like what my uncle told me.
Mm-hmm.
He says that when these guys they throw these perfect shit on the bag, when they go into their first sparring session, the moment they get hit in the head, they go into fucking savage mode. They're like they put their guard down. They're fucking scared. They're panicking, and they're trying to swing back wild. All the technique literally flew out the fucking window into somebody's ass.
That's true.
Yeah, because like they had a plan until they got hit in the face. That's why I think like striking in general, it takes a lot more skill. I'm not knocking down like wrestling or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, fuck no, because like that takes skill in itself. But in order to maintain the cool while getting hit, but repetitively getting hit, I believe it takes more guts.
Yeah.
Because like another thing, like when people like, because like not all Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners or grappling practitioners, they say that they don't say this, but then a lot, like I've seen a lot of them. They said like, oh, BJJ is literally the answer to everything. What the fuck?
No.
You want to go on the ground? You want to get stomped out by this dude?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to die.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay on my feet. For me, I know how to like since I did wrestling in high school, I do know how to defend against takedowns, and I know how to counter. Takedowns because my background.
Yeah.
But in general, that's a last resort. I want to keep the fight on my feet because I don't want to get curb stomped like an American X.
Yeah, that's true.
No, fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, if you stick to one fighting style your whole entire life and you get like introduced to something new, you're obviously gonna be thrown off balance. You're like, Well,
Exactly.
you're used to just regular punching. Now you're used to like getting kicked or anything like that. It's like, oh well, now that I just
Yeah,
got
it's
kicked in
like
the stomach, I feel cheated.
essentially. Well, the thing is, like, in my opinion, you have to learn how to wrestle or defend against wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu,
Mm.
because it's been proven so many times. A boxer or a kickboxer versus a Muay Thai, like a grappler, 9 out of 10 times the grappler is gonna win if they have about the same experience. The sole reason is because the grappler, they're probably trained in how to defend against strikes.
Yeah.
Not just that, with the way they defend against strikes, it closes distance. So that way they can grapple, they can take you down, or they can just do some shit to you.
Yeah.
So most of the time, the moment the fight gets up to the ground, you can't strike. You can't fight back.
Yeah.
You lose. So that's why I emphasize to like Alex and them who's trying to learn how to fight, to learn how to defend against takedowns, and learn how to defend against a grappler, and how to like strike them effectively, how to counter them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like, you know, it's scary because like when you go to because like wrestling, in my opinion, wrestling's so fucking scary and fast paced. Because you think the dude, like you have the dude right there, right? You're tied up. You have your hand on his behind his neck, in his elbow. He has the same thing. You think he's gonna do one thing, and then the moment you blink or like he pulls your head down to kind of distract you, you're fucking on the ground. You're done.
Yeah.
Immediately flips you over and pins you. You're done.
Yeah.
So that's how fast it can go.
Yeah.
That's how fast the situation goes. Because like a striker thinks he has so much distance until he faces a grappler who can easily just cover his distance. But then, yeah, I mean, like, it's good to learn both. It is really good to learn both.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, a little bit like on like a little bit of Marine Corps, fucking McMap. I believe I'm not sure if this is actually true, but I heard like there's like a certain belt where they pepper spray you in the face and have you fight someone else who's also pepper spray you.
That sounds like drug fighting. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my god, I find that hilarious yet scary at the same time. Because if I go for that belt and I get pepper spray in the face, I'm just gonna be swinging like a fucking monkey and shit, just like trying to see if I can hit anything.
In that situation, remember my words. Stay calm, and then keep your guard up because when people are swinging and throwing haymakers, if you feel him, like if you actually like put your guard up, like kind of like turtle position, when you put your like your hands to your temples, and you kind of just cover up by putting your chin down, you turtle up. When you feel the haymaker, you're gonna feel it's gonna hurt, but you know where he's at. The moment you know where he's at, you kick him in the fucking stomach, or you just punch him because you know where he's at.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you can grapple. You can literally you can judo throw him. You can tackle him like a football tackle, and then you can ground and pound. But if you're both blinded, you have to rely on and then because like I'm pretty sure if you guys are like in a like say for instance a gym or like a training room, or you're surrounded by people, they're gonna start egging you on. So for one, your sight's gone.
Yeah.
If people around you, they're egging you to fight, which I'm pretty sure will happen. Your sound, your hearing's gone, and then I'm pretty sure pepper spray smells fucking bad. So your smell's gone. What can you rely on?
Yeah, you're losing all you. Yeah, you're losing most of your senses, and you're just like panicking and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the only sense you can really rely on is your touch. That's why I said if you guard up, if you turtle up and guard and wait for him to swing at you, and then you feel him, you can start hitting. You can start wailing on him right there and then. Because if he throws a haymaker, like a big haymaker, he has to like pull it back. He has to like recoil and pull back to swing another one.
Yeah.
But then you already be on top of him. And so just remember that, Lorenzo. Just remember that if you get to the situation where you're blind, you gotta. I mean, you obviously just kind of defend yourself.
Yeah.
But remember, just if it's like a fight between you and another dude, like no weapons, no bullshit or anything, and you get pepper sprayed or like your sight's gone, he throws sand in your eye. It's kind of hard what to do in a situation. But if he's retarded and he just swings at you, just turtle. But I mean, like if he's smart and throws sand in your eyes or some dirt that you can't see, if he's smart, he'll tackle you to the ground.
Yeah.
But then if it's not, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I can say about it. So.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, that does make sense. Fuck, I was gonna mention something. Oh yeah, the whole fucking losing your sense. Remember when I mentioned when I was in boot camp how I got fucking the gas chamber, the tear gas and all that shit?
Yep.
Like honestly, when that shit kind of started happening, I was panicking. Like, man, if I start panicking, I'm gonna breathe heavy and shit. It's gonna hurt even
Yep.
more. So I was just kind of breathing through my teeth and shit, and like it was burning my lips and a little bit of my tongue, but my throat wasn't burning as bad.
That's good.
So like, if I start breathing fucking heavy, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, fucking. I just like some kid like fucking couldn't put on his fucking like his canister kind of fell off, and he was just panicking, just breathing all that fucking air and shit. You just see him panicking, and like one of my instructors kind of slammed his head against the wall and put the other shit on his fucking face. So like, oh my god, that could have been me if I was panicking like that.
That's literally the worst thing that can happen to panic in that situation.
Yeah,
You just kindly just say, "Yeah, my mask fell fucking off."
yeah.
But yeah.
One time I heard of an instructor. I'm not sure if it was in my platoon or some other platoon, but they actually like took off some kid's canister kills. Like he was like panicking too much and tossed it and told him go get it.
Fuck.
So yeah, I'm like trying to like fucking like breathing like all this fucking shit. And, like his eyes are burning and shit. That shit scared me.
Jesus Christ, that's kind of scary because like you just can't breathe. You're breathing death.
Yeah, it's like when you go in there, you kind of have your mask off and shit, and it's like, fuck, my eyes are starting to burn, and that gas hasn't even started yet because it's been used so many times. You know, the leftover gas is just burning your eyes, and it's like, fuck that. I forgot to mention, one of my instructors ran in there yelling and shit without a mask and shit, and that terrified us. Because we're in like a room with like CS gas, which is like equivalent to fucking tear gas and shit. And it's like you just see him in there just yelling and shit. It's like, oh my god! And you see him run back out, just coughing and shit. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But they had fucking 2 recruits on each side opening the door, and you just see them fucking like eyes are burning, they're coughing like crazy. I think one of them even throw up.
God.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I mentioned before, some kid had like a fucking snot mohawk that ran all the way to the back of his head because his nose was just dripping.
Oh shit.
When I got out there, I was like smiling like a motherfucker because that shit was funny as hell. Not the mucus, well, yeah, the mucus too, but like the fact that like how crazy that shit was. Like you just like feel like your lungs burning and your eyes are fucking on fire and shit.
Fuck that. Honestly, that's terrifying to not because when you think about it, when you take away the ability to breathe, you start freaking out even more and more.
Yeah.
It just because like in wrestling, at one point, I remember I got slammed by my friend. He went to state, like, because he's a wrestler, he's really good. He went to state. I got slammed by him. I didn't expect it because he went underneath me, like, cause we were tied up. He kind of pulled me forward, and I leaned forward too much. My center of gravity was off, and then he literally went underneath me and did a thing called a fireman's carry, where you know a fireman they put you over their back,
Yeah, we've
over
done
your
that.
shoulders.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah, basically he did that, but then instead of lifting me up, he literally pulled down where my arms were at, and then threw me on the other side. So my body literally flung.
Yeah.
And after that, he slammed his shoulder into my chest where the solar plexus is at, and I want to die.
Yeah.
This just fucking hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, when you fucking lose breath, you feel like you're drowning on air. It's just fucking scary because like you don't know how to stop it. You know, if you're drowning underwater, your quickest reaction is like go to the top. Even if you're still panicking and shit, you know if you reach the top, you can still breathe. But when you get the wind knocked out of you and you can't breathe for a while, it's like terrifying because you need to breathe and there's nothing really stopping you but your body.
Yep, I agree on that.
Especially with tear gas and shit like that, because you can't really breathe and it's like fucking panicking and shit. You're like losing breathing, you're losing conscious and all that shit, and you're fucking terrified.
Yep. Fuck.
Yeah. Probably gonna do that one day. Yeah, just that's one of the things I'm gonna do is just like train myself to be resistant to that kind of shit, and also resistant to like snake bites and shit, snake venom. Just like little doses of like snake venom and shit, just like make my body at least not immune to it, but like resistant to it. So next time I get like a snake bite and shit, it's gonna hurt, but I'm like, I could survive. Yeah, because you could actually do that. There's people who've done that before, with, like spiders or some shit. Like they'll get bit by a spider and shit, and, like it won't really affect them as it should. Like yeah, it'll hurt like a bitch, but you're not gonna lose your fucking hand afterwards.
You got a point.
Yeah, it's basically like how a lot of people make themselves better physically with like training and stuff. You know, make yourself tougher with like workouts, make your lungs better with swimming and stuff like that. You know,
That's true.
so yeah. It's one of my things I might do one day, just like train myself to be resistant to fucking snake and spider bites. So one day I'm just gonna wake up with a snake just biting my leg and shit. I'm gonna just like stab the snake and just walk to the hospital.
Oh, fuck, Lorenzo.
Yeah, like you got bitten in the leg by a spider. How long you been walking? Like 2 hours. It's like, Jesus, your leg should be fucking paralyzed. Like, yeah, no, it's not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, it really hurts. I need a doctor, but yeah, I'm okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Lorenzo. My time is up. I gotta get going.
All
It was
right.
good talking to you again.
Good talking to you too, man. I'm probably gonna continue this shit tomorrow with the rest of the guys who want to come on here. So I'm probably gonna just end the stream right now.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Have a good night.
You too, man. You know, thanks for whoever was watching. You know, subscribe. Don't report my video if you want. I don't give two shits. You know, just for entertainment. You know.
All right, later, Lorenzo.
Later, man.